Good morning. This is Travis Bement with YourOrlandoMortgage.com, and this is my economic commentary for September the 21st, 2009. More bad news to come. With all of the talk about the recession appearing to be over, and obviously we can debate that, there are renewed concerns that the foreclosures and delinquencies are far from over. In a study released last week by Experian, there are some real fears about strategic default. This is an instance where a homeowner with good credit makes the conscious decision to default on their home mortgage. The reasons can vary, but are most often concentrated to negative equity situations. According to the study, a borrower with perfect credit history is 50% more likely to simply walk away from their home than someone with less than perfect credit. In many cases, the borrowers with less than perfect credit will fall behind on payments and make attempts to catch up and keep their home. A strategic default usually involves a borrower with perfect credit whose first blemish is the second they stop making payments in an abrupt fashion. Furthermore, many of these higher-end borrowers do not have second mortgages and began their home ownership in a positive equity position. Analysts believe that in many cases this is simply a business decision on the part of a savvy borrower, with many being hundreds of thousands of dollars upside down in their properties. Currently, Experian says that these type of borrowers represent up to 18% of foreclosures nationwide. On the housing front, a 1-2 punch of coming changes may derail the recovery in this area. The first-time home buyer credit is set to expire in late November. While there are many bills in Congress to address this issue, the White House has been silent, leading many to believe they do not support the initiatives. This news is combined with recent Federal Reserve statements that led many to believe they will begin raising rates in the near future. In addition, the Federal Reserve has stated they will soon stop buying mortgage-backed securities. If you take the issue of housing credit and combine it with the Federal Reserve news and worries about foreclosures, you end up with a weak footing for recoveries in the housing market and the mortgage industry. In some news regarding the FHA, there is news from the FHA chief that, among other changes, they will look to stop certifying mortgage brokers to issue FHA loans. Again, this is a start to limit access to lenders and choice amongst borrowers, both of which will eventually lead to higher rates and higher fees for borrowers. For the week, rates moved slightly in both directions, but settled by week's end, and there was no drastic effects on rates or any changes. Thanks, and we'll see you next week.